All right, we're live.
Hey everybody, welcome to the two Dum Yinzers, Michael, episode 98, the big snack episode, baby.
Casey Hampton.
July 1, man. It's gonna be a hot one, brother.
It's gonna be a hot one because I am looking fly.
Oh,
I'm
fuck's
looking
sake.
sexy today.
Here for 30 seconds and you're already
Mm.
boasting.
I'm sizzling hot. Yeah. I need sleep.
Oh man, it's Friday. You is it a 3-day weekend for you?
No.
No.
No, like Monday's the holiday and I get paid for it, but
Yeah.
I'm already off that day, so that extra couple bucks is not doing it for me because I'm
Yeah,
already
right.
off. I get some money when I don't have to work, but it's like I want an extra
Time
day
off is
off.
more valuable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely agree. I want to jump right into things this morning, Mike, because we have a guest coming on
Okay.
shortly, and I got a few things I want to talk about.
All right.
Pirates, they win 8-7. They win 8-7. O'Neal Cruz and Jack Sawinski hits back-to-back jacks. Backup catcher hits 3 home runs. Mike, this was the third time in June. Pittsburgh Pirates hit one player had 3 home runs in one game.
That's insane.
It is insane. The way that some of these guys play, you'd think that they would be a good team, you know?
You would think.
So they are up to 31-45. That's their record as of right now. The Brewers dropped to 44-34. Pirates are 12 and a half games out of first place, still sitting in third in the division. Game 2 of the 4-game set is today at 7:05. The next 2 games over the weekend to finish out the Brewers series are both afternoon games, I believe a 4 o'clock and then a 1:30, give or take. So if you want to check those out, they will be on this weekend. Maybe, playing the first place Brewers, we can gain a little bit of ground here and, make some more make believe that the Pirates are going to finish, do well this year.
Yeah. They had all this excitement, but they still had a losing record for June. That's just like the best part of it. Like this good things happen, but we only won a handful of games. So
well, you figure they had the 5-game skid, they had the 9-game skid. Those two right there, that's 14 losses.
Yeah, that's boom, the entire month gone right there. Battling Buccos, baby.
Pittsburgh Steelers. They let me go back 1 second.
Okay.
I sent you the picture the other day. I just want to talk about it on here for a split second. O'Neal Cruz, now he was clocked at running 31.5 miles an hour, 31.5 miles an hour, which was faster than the Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill's top speed from last year in the NFL season of 31.4. So he is a fast dude. This guy could hit. He's knocking the ball over the park. I'm sure gonna miss him. That's all I gotta say.
I can't wait to see what he looks like in Yankee pinstripes.
Yes. So we got the Yanks coming to town next week. Man.
Yeah. So they just send the tailor over now. Have the measurements.
Get them all sized up.
Yeah, might as well.
More baseball news. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day, June 1st. Bobby Bonilla gets his $1.2 million today. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day, Mike.
13 more years to go. They have to pay.
I love it. I love Bobby Bo. I always love Bobby Bo. Even when he was here, and then the Mets were always kind of like my second alternative team. So I love it. I love Bobby Bo. This is great. Happy Bobby Bo Day.
All because they really didn't want him to play anymore.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, him and his agent, this is what we want.
I would have took Bobby Bo back in a minute, man. Steelers making Chris Boswell the highest paid kicker in 2022, Mike. He deserves to be up there between him and Michael Tucker from Baltimore.
Him and Tucker. Yeah, they're the two of the best, if not the two best.
Michael, don't seem right, does it?
No, it does not.
Yeah, so Tucker and Boswell are the top 2 kickers. So I'm very, very excited that Boswell's getting paid like one of the top kickers.
Yeah, it's well deserved.
He performs like one of the top kickers.
He does. He does. Like, you look at the stats, he's up there with all of them.
Yeah.
He just had that one bad year, that one fluky year that was an outlier, and he's been solid ever since.
Absolutely, man. There's not a that's gonna bug me what that other guy's name is.
I'm looking it up now.
Okay, please, thank you. Before I lose my fucking mind.
Justin Tucker.
Justin Tucker.
I almost said Jason. You know, we were getting closer.
Shows how much we pay attention to Baltimore over here.
Right?
But yeah, Chris Boswell, I would take him any day of the week. The only person I would take other than him would be Tucker, of course.
Yep.
That guy could kick fucking 70-yard field goals. I what can you say bad about him?
He's a Raven.
We're gonna stick with football, but we're gonna drop down a level. Two Pac-12 teams, USC and UCLA, moving to the Big Ten in 2024. Mike, how's that going to affect your Penn State Nittany Lions?
It's another powerhouse program we get to lose to.
Yeah, I mean USC's big, and UCLA is always competitive. They're never great, but they're always going to be a good game.
Yeah, and they're the two marquee teams from the Pac-10. Like,
we have out there left Stanford, Washington,
Oregon,
Arizona State. Like, really, they have nothing.
Yeah. For the national name that everyone knows, UCLA and USC.
Oh, and USC, I mean, they I think they lead Heisman Trophy winners in all time, if I'm not mistaken.
It could be right, yeah.
Than any organization. So I like the change up. I like little changes like that, in my sports, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun. The Big Ten is going to be, between Ohio State, Michigan State, USC. I mean, the Big Ten is going to be packed.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be real tough for teams like Penn State,
who
do have the, they're kind of one of the teams in the middle that they're up and down. They're up and down. They're up and down. Teams like that are going to be the ones that struggle against these teams. I think your Ohio State's always going to be good. Your Michigan, Penn State's the team I'm going to be interested to watch.
You should, because they're the best football team in Pennsylvania.
So then we have Penn's preseason schedule revealed. They play the Columbus Blue Jackets twice. They play Detroit twice and Buffalo twice. Not much different than any other year. I don't know how they do the scheduling, but it seems like all of our teams always get the same teams in the playoffs, no matter what sport it is. So we get Columbus for 2, Detroit for 2, Buffalo for 2 in the preseason.
I can't believe that schedule's already out. This is nuts. Season just ended a couple days ago. The draft's right around the corner. These leagues, they don't mess around.
Fuck around, man.
Them in the NBA, man, they're like, no, we're done. We're getting everything else done, so we just relax.
Yes.
The NFL's like, nah, man, we're dragging this shit out all year long.
Yes. We also want to say, go over to Spotify, check out the new Hit 'em Hard mixtape. Got about 9 songs on it. I did check it out yesterday. It was very good.
Good.
Hit 'em Hard to the Graveyard is the name. Go check it out. Available on Spotify. Great stuff. It has all the guys. Tempo FYF, Jump Off JD, Dickman Slick, Cigarillos, Dust, Prime Sinister, a couple other names I've seen on there. So get over, check that out, enjoy it. It's really good, really, really good. Hit 'em Hard to the Graveyard. A couple stories, Mike. An extreme hoarder who left his immobile sister to die on her bedroom floor, jailed. This guy's jailed. Now, his sister, Julie Burdette, she was found by the paramedics on the floor of her room, covered in her own feces, urine, and vomit.
Well, she knew he was a hoarder. What did she think was going to happen if she fell? He's not letting anything out of that house.
Yeah.
He's just keeping everything in there because you never know. I might need my decaying sister's body for one day for Halloween decoration. You never know.
The funny thing about these hoarders, they do these kind of things, and then they feel no remorse because that hoarding is it has such a hold on them. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy will be fined shortly because he's going to get out of jail. I don't know when, but he's going to get back to his mess, and that's what this person is all about.
It's nuts. I don't know how, like, I don't have that much of a strong emotional attachment to like anything that I own, to where I just could, if I needed to throw it away, I would throw it away. I'd be like,
yeah.
I
like, there isn't one material possession I have that I wouldn't, if I had to, get rid of. You know what I mean?
Same here. I just don't get it. I can't understand that mentality.
I got a pretty sweet Mario Lemieux autograph. I would be pretty torn to separate from, but like I said, it's just a material item, and what are you gonna do?
Although, like, the box of random cables I have, that I'll never throw that away.
Yeah, right. You might need them.
You never know. You throw them away, then the next day, boom.
Once the world ends, we have a world war.
Mm-hmm.
The world ends, and then we go back to sticks and stones. You figure just about a couple hundred years after that, you'll be able to use those wires all over again.
Exactly. Or I can tie those wires around a stick and spin them around and hit people with them.
You won't. Yeah, you will be ahead of the game.
Oh, don't be hating. Haterific.
433 couples share spaghetti strands to break the Guinness World Record. Think of Lady and the Tramp, that famous. Yes, so 433 couples all at the same time did the spaghetti strand suck with one another. They had broke the Guinness World Record.
The spaghetti strand suck. That sounds more perverse than it actually is. It sounds like it should be like, some type of sex position or something. Yeah. I don't know, like an act or something. No, it's just a kiss.
They should put these people. They should have the furries downtown do this. Get all the furries.
Yeah, all the ones who
are. But you get 433 couples. You could break the record.
You know what? It should happen. We need this to happen. America needs that to happen.
Yeah,
America is going to be united once again by the furries.
I'll take it. I have no problem with that.
Me too. I welcome my new furry overlords. If
you were in Pittsburgh this weekend, you got the furries going on. You got Picklesburg going on. You have the Pirates going on. Big weekend. A lot of things going on. So if you go down, give yourself enough time to get wherever you want to get, because there's probably going to be some traffic. Speaking of what America needs, Mike, Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest on Monday, July 4th. You watch this every year, July 4th, they do their hot dog eating contest up at Coney Island.
No, I haven't.
And the current record holder is, of course, Joey Chestnut. Joey Chestnut has 76 hot dogs eaten in 10 minutes is the record. 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Do you think you could top that?
Fuck no.
I guess you could put condiments on your hot dog if you want. They don't really do it often. Apparently that's, just a little bit more that you have to try to take in.
Yeah.
But you can. A lot of times I see that these guys, they dip their wieners in, like, in a glass of water.
Yeah.
Apparently by dipping wiener in a glass of water, that helps you eat more hot dog.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
So I don't know. I usually forget about that. This is pretty much the first time I remembered it going into the July 4th weekend.
Yeah.
It's usually something I see after the fact. So
same here.
Guy, what was his name? Remember, he used to be the one all the time that would
Kobayashi.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
I know Kobayashi.
And Joey Chestnut, of course, is the one that overtook his reign.
Yes, and he hasn't stopped since.
No, he hasn't.
It's nuts.
With Coke and Pepsi out, Russian company says it's time for the change to Coca. No, to Cola Chernogolovaka. Cola, Chernogolovka is going to be the Russian pop of choice.
Huh.
Since the Coke and all these companies are leaving Russia because of the war. This is supposed to be the new pop that the Russians are supposed to take to.
Hey, well, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah.
Everyone else is leaving. You need your pop fix. I guess you got to do with this, and maybe it will contain some nitrotrinanium, and they can spill it into a hot tub, and then they can time travel.
Yes. I knew them sneaky Russians were up to something.
I knew exactly.
I didn't know what they were doing, but
that's what it was.
Yes.
They probably can't launch their nukes, but they'll time travel.
You know what? I don't trust anybody anymore, man.
I don't either.
I just I don't know. I thought about it the other day. I was really thinking about it. And I just thought, man, everybody seems to be up to something anymore. You know what I mean? If it's a country, if it's a leader, if it's I don't know, just politicians here. Everybody's up to something, man.
Like my co-host, always up to something.
Hey, that's not nice to say about Casey. She's not back on yet.
Hey, she won't hear this yet. I'm fine.
Michael Jackson turned down a Tupac collaboration due to his loyalty to Biggie Smalls back in the day. Apparently, Tupac wanted to do something with Michael.
Mm-hmm.
And Tupac and Michael Jackson said no. He said no because of the beef between Tupac and Biggie Smalls. He refused. He refused to do the collaboration, man.
I saw that. That's wild. That that he was that tight with Biggie, or disrespected Biggie enough to do that. Yeah. But it also sucks too. That I just wonder what kind of music those two would have came up with.
Yeah.
And would it have been good? Would it have stood the test of time?
You know what? You would think with the two people, it would be almost impossible to come up with something that wasn't good.
Yeah.
But you know what? I've been surprised before, and you just expect one thing, and things end out not being as good, or what you expected, and you hope that it wouldn't be that. You know what they should have did? They should just said fuck it, and made a song with all three of them: Tupac, Biggie, and Michael Jackson.
Well, wasn't Biggie dead by that point? Who died first? Biggie or
Tupac died in '96.
Okay, I got the timeline confused.
Yeah, so I mean, funny how these stories resurface. Here we are, 26 years later,
and it's just now making the rounds.
Yeah,
and all three are dead too. That's just wild.
Yeah, right.
It just now dawned on me. Oh, Michael's dead.
You know what they'll probably do? They'll probably do one of them hologram deals where, because I tell you what, those holograms look great. The one that I seen a couple of years back, they did a Tupac, and then this one I seen recently, a Biggie, is amazing.
Yeah.
So give it another 2 or 3 years, man. I mean, it'll probably look like those three are just, all standing on stage, communicating, talking, entertaining, It
works for me. I'd watch that concert.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Bret Michaels hospitalized after down in Nashville. Bret Michaels, of course, from Poison, from Butler here. They were down in Nashville. He had to cancel his Nashville show for some reason. He got rushed to the hospital.
Huh.
So all those boomer women that are rushing out to see Bret Michaels.
I think that dude's as bald as me, but he has the hair growing in the back and always have to have his baseball hat on.
Yes, he got that. He does the bandana.
Yeah, the bandana,
like the cowboy type hat over top of it.
Yeah, to hide that he's bald. Just shave your head, man. It's the 80s. Yeah. It's not the 80s anymore. Rockers can have short hair now.
Yeah, get with the program, man.
Yeah. But he is a big time Yinzer Steeler fan, and like on game day, and he'll pop up on Twitter. It's just great. It's like, you tell him, Bret.
Yeah, no, he really is. I used to work with a woman who fall into that age, that category that's just crazy about the guy. Man, there's no obsession like somebody obsessed with Bret Michaels, dude. This lady I shit you not. She would start salivating when if somebody would talk about her or become on the radio. She would just get to stare.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, what?
Hey,
for one, he's ugly. For two, he wears makeup. For three, he's bald.
Maybe that's the secret, man. Maybe we should just start wearing makeup.
I don't know. I don't know what women want, man.
Or who does?
Yeah.
They speak all cryptically.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Man posed as Disney employee steals R2-D2 droid.
F that guy. That's not cool, man. R2's a national treasure.
Yes.
He's the entire hero of that movie, of that whole entire franchise. He's there every key plot point. Without him, they all would be dead by now. So hands off R2, leave R2 alone, return him. He's a hero.
How does one come up with the plot? You know what? I want that R2-D2 droid at Disney World. I'm going to pretend that I'm a Disney employee, and then I'm going to go steal. I'm going to go steal R2-D2.
When he's walking out with it, acting like he's an employee there, you think someone in one of those departments would know, like, no, man, you don't work here.
Yeah.
Or is it just one of those that you look like us, you act like you're supposed to be here? Maybe, hey, this is some higher up. We don't know who this is. Right. So we're not going to just say anything. Or they're just like, you know what? F Disney, steal that R2-D2. You're living the dream. I wanted to do it, but hey, at least you're doing it. I'll live vicariously through you. Because I was a stick employee. I've been like, hell yeah, man, take it. I don't care. I'm like, damn the man. I don't get paid. I don't get paid to stop crime. I get paid to entertain.
Yeah, I just, come on. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life, people?
When you're stealing R2.
You're stealing R2-D2. I mean, really, you have nothing. Nothing. You have nothing.
Hey,
nothing going on.
Chasing that high, maybe,
and he's a grown person. It isn't like he was a younger kid who just had this crazy plan. Let me go do something crazy. I'm going to go steal R2-D2.
I wonder how long he's been plotting this.
I know.
Like, did he always want to steal R2 and then he couldn't do it? And then, George Lucas sold to Disney and he was like, oh, fuck yeah, man, now's my time.
Yeah.
And he's like, all these years later, I get to fulfill my dream.
Yes.
So if that's the case, if this is like a childhood dream, you know what? Follow your dreams. I can't say no. I can't hold it against them. See, I talked myself into backing this guy.
Let me ask you, Mike, before I go on any further. We are coming up on next week. Tuesday is going to be episode 100.
Mm-hmm.
Today's episode 98. We've spoke about this a little bit. What's something, Mike? What's something from the first 100 episodes would you say would be your favorite moments? Like, if you have, like, things that just stick out to you, and you're like, you know what, that I love that. You know what I mean? Once we're 10,000 episodes down the road, what's something that's gonna, be from this first 100 episodes that you'll remember and you'll talk about, and and you'll always remember? What's something that you like, man?
Oh, my favorite is definitely is this how you treat all your guests? That's fucked up. When you were asking just normal interview questions and I'm the one who got in trouble. Yeah. I'm the one who got yelled at, and I was just sitting there.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
That was a classic. No two ways about it. That was a classic. I have a couple. I was very proud of the Aurora Snow interview.
Yes, that was a
damn
good interview.
I'm a 40-some-year-old guy. I've watched porn my whole life, like most men do. And this is just somebody that I've been a fan of, and that that whole aspect for over 20 years now.
Yeah.
That was one of my highlights. I think that Aurora Snow, that interview was a highlight of mine. Of course, the interview that you're talking about, the episode where LBR Trap
and BBM
Mizzle was in here in the studio with us.
That was a fun time.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
And remember, that was the day we had 3 interviews that day. We were pounding them in.
Yeah.
We had Tempo FYF.
Yep.
Stickman Slick.
Yep.
And then, BMM Mizzle and LBR Trap.
Oh.
Well, Stickman Slick, he kind of preheated the oven, so to speak.
No. It was LBR Trap who preheated the oven.
They preheated the oven?
Yeah, because Stickman came on last.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, boy, did they do a hell of a job preheating the oven.
They did.
And we were barely
coherent.
Barely coherent, and then Stickman shows up and he starts lighting up.
It was a good night. It was a good night.
And you know what? He like LBR and Mizzle, they smoked, amongst each other, and it filled the room very, very, very densely. But then when we were already, off our rocker, Stickman Slick came in, and then he actually, smoked his with us.
Yeah.
So that will definitely be one that always goes down in my books for one of my favorite moments from the top 100. So Aurora Snow, I mean, all the guests, I really can't say enough about the guests. We've had so many great guests through 100 shows. From people that people would know, from Fred the Elephant Boy from the Howard Stern Show, to Sabu, the wrestling legend, Aurora Snow, like I mentioned, all the way through everybody from the Berg Blonde, who's a local entertainer, to all the musicians, guys from Hit 'Em Hard, guys that aren't from Hit 'Em Hard, all these rappers, everybody that's come through. At the end of the day, when I'm saying what I'm most proud of about this show is the guests that we had. And I think that, those were my favorite kind of episodes. And, we're obviously going to be doing more here moving forward. And I always will say my favorite part of this whole gig has been the guests.
Yeah. And just like meeting people that you normally probably would never meet in life.
Absolutely. And finding out that these people were damn cool. And, I would hang out with them on a regular basis if need be. Well,
like my favorite interview so far that we've done is when you interviewed our new best friend, Bromiitis. when Cigarellos was in and we were talking about that, he's just like, man, I'm just sitting there thinking, I haven't heard this guy talk ever, and I've known him for years.
He said ever.
This gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Nobody knew what was to come out of his mouth.
But it was like cool.
The popular Seinfeld episode, when he did talk, everybody in the room went,
we just all just like in awe.
Yeah.
That was one of my all-time favorite moments.
Yes.
I think about that every time we run into him, it just reminds me of it, and I just giggle.
Yes, I love Bromiitis. I'm sorry. He is one of my favorite people. When we go out, we go to these events, I do always make a point to talk to him. But like I said, I mean, we could really do an hour. We could do 2 hours probably, if we sat down.
Yeah.
Thought of everything in every episode, and I'm sure we could make a pretty good list of our favorites.
Off
the top of my head, of course, Aurora, the LBR Trap, Kendra, all the interviews. They're there's a lot of good stuff, man.
Really a lot of good stuff, and there's just more good stuff to come.
Absolutely. So keep that in mind as we are getting ready to turn the century mark, people. You could always go over to Spotify and listen to every single thing that we ever put down. And then of course you can go to YouTube, watch us live every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And that is live while we're on. And it's also, once we're done, it is on for the rest of ever. So you can enjoy that at any time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not real sure when our guest is going to be popping in here, Mike. So I'm going to do something fun here to buy some time.
Ryan, he's here.
I'm here.
Hey, perfect time. And how you doing, Noah?
I've been in here.
Hey, Noah, this is Mike. Mike, this is Noah.
Hey, Noah, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Now, Noah, let me see if I can just adjust something on my camera here. I don't know. I don't know why it does this to me. All right. So Noah, he we have him on today. He has a very interesting story, Mike. About a month ago. Now that's what's going to be most amazing, I think, to most people, was about a month ago. There was an incident, and he basically died multiple times.
Yeah,
so here we are, a month later. We are back. We're back. Here's Noah. Noah's alive and well. There, you see him.
Yeah.
And he's here to talk about his story a little bit. Now, so Noah, you were just hanging out at the house, and why don't you tell us a little bit about that day?
Yeah, so I was actually just hanging down at the house. I was writing a song, and a kid had texted me. I'm not gonna mention any names on here or anything, but he texted me and he asked if I wanted to hang out with one of my other friends. And I told him, yeah, he could come over. And I gave him the address to where my apartment is, but there's 3 different entrances to my apartment. And whenever he said he was there, he was at the main one. So I go outside and I go to meet him. And I'm over by the this little playground area. Well, I seen 2 kids pop their head out. Now the 2 kids were not the same kids that were supposed to hang out with me, mind you. And so I kind of knew something was up there, mask on. So I kind of started running because I thought I was just gonna get jumped, get into a fight. And I turned around and I'm looking. These 2 dudes are right up on me. I'm swinging, and I just feel these pains in my side. And this kid screaming at me. He's like, "You remember me, nigga? You remember me, nigga?" And I got stabbed in my side, my back. I got stabbed over 5 times. I got stabbed in my arms. The doctors could not tell how many times I got stabbed. I see my lung.
At what point, Noah, did you know that you were stabbed?
Whenever I realized I wasn't getting hit in the face, and I felt this pain, and then I just felt this warm. It felt like warm milk was being poured on your body. I still have that feeling to this day on my body. Yeah. And I started to freak out. I see my lung. Every time I go to breathe, all I hear is, and I get up. I can't remember if I stumble back, but I know I get up and run. It's on camera, and I'm stumbling and I'm running back to my apartment, and I banged on my neighbor's door, and I told my neighbor to call 911. I need help. And I'm just freaking out at this point. I don't have my phone. I dropped my phone. My wallet's gone. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I just think I'm dying. I see saying I'm dying. I tried to run back. My lung is out of my body.
And you can see your lung physically while this is all going on?
Wow. Yes, I see my whole lung. And Ryan actually seen where I had to run yesterday. It's not for your lung being out of your body, it's not a short distance. And I ran back because I wanted to get my phone, but I got too scared. So I ran back to my apartment, and I don't remember going inside, but it was a bloody massacre pretty much. But I just laid in a pool of my blood and just kept saying I was going to die. I tried to call my mom, and I had left a voicemail on her phone. And I heard that voicemail, and it's rough because
not many people get to rehear that message. Usually that's the last message they send,
Right. And I got life flighted to the hospital, and I have a piece of my lung that is gone, a piece of my stomach that is gone. My diaphragm needed fixed. I have multiple broken ribs. My liver was sliced open. I had 64 staples. I can actually show you guys my stomach if you want.
Yes, let's show us your stomach, man.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
So this right here was a full slice. Under it was a cut. This is from surgery. There was 6 chest tubes in there. That's from surgery. There's a chest tube. That's a chest tube. I have one on my back shoulder here, and then I have one on my arm there, and then one on my arm there.
Like
But that was
you seriously, I mean, it isn't just talking. You seriously felt that this was it. This was, this is my last.
I did not like. I'm laying there and everybody's freaking out around me. They're like crying, and I'm just like, I just know, like, I don't even want to look down anymore. Like, they kept making me like stop looking down because like I just knew, like I just kept telling myself like I'm done. There's nothing. Like I just kept saying to myself, there's nothing. Like what am I gonna do? I'm done. And I kept just saying, like, I literally kept just saying, I'm going to die. And everybody kept saying, you're not going to die. You're not going to die. And I remember waking up. I woke up on life support the first time. And it just felt, the only thing I can describe it as is a huge claw being in your mouth. Like, just a huge claw being in your mouth. And you can't get out. Like, you're pushing it with your tongue. And you're thinking like you're choking on it, and it's hard for you to breathe, but really it's saving your life. So you're just freaking out. So they put me back to sleep, and I woke up again. And I just started to freak out. Like I just remember freaking out. Like I'm looking down at my body, and I'm just like freaking out. But at the same time, it's weird because I felt almost a sense of relief. Almost is like right when I first woke up, I felt a sense of relief almost, but then like I just was, I don't know, I just started to freak out. And sitting in the hospital was just obviously most of it was painful. I'm still in pain because my ribs are broken. It's still difficult for me. Like this morning I was throwing up because like my piece of my stomach is gone. So it's just still difficult. And the doctors told my mom that it would be weeks, if not months, before I left the hospital. And whenever I left the hospital, I was going to have to go to a rehab, to literally like a physical therapy rehab, to learn how to do things again. And I was out of the hospital in a week and a couple of days, walking, talking.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly seems that you defy the odds. You know what I mean? You not only survived this gruesome attack, but also you beat the timeline. The doctors are like, he's going to be in here for a while.
Yep.
You're out a month later. You're looking good. You're healing up. I mean, obviously you have issues that you are dealing with, but it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, and like it's just, to me, it's so crazy because your life can flash before your eyes just like that. I just turned 19 years old, and I wasn't into like all the gang activities and like all of that stuff, like with guns and all of that. Like I wasn't involved in all that. Like I seen it, but I did sell some weed here and there. But like I owed a kid $100. He is 16 years old and he's facing attempted murder charges and robbery charges. His life is messed up. And like my life is messed up too, because I'm never going to be the same. A piece of my lungs gone, stomach, multiple broken ribs.
Like you said, I mean, you were already throwing up this morning because you were missing a part of your stomach. So, I mean, that's going to be something that's always going to be an issue with you, huh?
And it's just, I want to give it, like, I want to make sure, like, if there's anything I can do, like, I want to be an inspiration to people, because there's kids out there that need to stay in school and do what they need to do, because I didn't graduate. I don't have my GED because I was out there messing around, goofing off, not going to school. And my life is just, I really feel like God affected my life whenever it came to me dying, because remember how I said I was writing a song.
Yeah.
Right.
You're writing your
So
song right before you went to meet your friends, correct?
Right. I was writing this song. When I put that pencil down and went to go outside to meet them, I found it on my table after everything happened. The last words on that piece of paper was, "I just want to die."
Wow. And when I was talking to you yesterday, you said that you feel like there's a reason. There's a reason. And it's hard to contend because, like I said, just the miraculous things that you've done so far to this point, you probably are here for a reason. Maybe you are here to reach out to people who are heading down the same path. Maybe you are here to reach out to people who, maybe need to keep their heads in their books, so on and so forth,
Right. And I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what my reason is. I've been struggling with it a little bit because I don't stop ever seeing like my lung. Like, I'm not scared to die again. Even I have that fear in the back of my head. Like, I don't, like, you probably see me throughout here. I've been looking around a bunch. Like, my head's always on the swivel. I don't like, I like to know my surroundings at all time because that stuff is scary, but it's also very hard for me to sleep at night sometimes. Like, because those kids, one of them called my mom. The other one, my dad and his dad were best friends, and I grew up with the kid, babies. We have baby pictures together.
Yeah.
And whenever I say it, the one kid I owed $100 to, I swear to God, I only owed that kid $100. The other one I actually grew up with, I didn't owe him a thing. I didn't have a problem with him. Me and him didn't speak for about 3 years prior to this incident. And we didn't even speak during the incident. I had no idea it was him. Not a single clue it was him until I was in the hospital. I knew it was the other one because he was speaking. I knew it was him. I knew it was the other one, but I had no idea it was the other kid until after he got arrested. My heart was broke. My mind was blown. I was like, "Are you serious right now?" Like that.
Yeah, I went to visit Noah yesterday, Mike, and he took me for a tour of where the event, where this happened, and from the area where he got stabbed to where his house was. To be honest, it's a miracle that he made it from that point A to that point B, because he was stabbed and there's a sidewalk, and then you turn the corner and there's a whole nother block basically to even get to his house. And then once he showed me inside his house, there's still blood on the door. So I mean, it was scary just to even see and to hear and to see the locations while he's talking about it. You were also saying, Noah, when you would be out, like when you were in a hospital or on the helicopter or whatever, and you were out, you were basically just having scary, nightmarish kind dreams.
It was like I remember like be just feeling so scared. Like I just remember like whenever I woke up, like I didn't recall this till like almost 2 weeks after like I woke up and really started to realize like I remember like a scared feeling, like super scared feeling.
Yeah.
It was weird. Like it was just like I knew something was up. Like I don't know. Like it was almost like I was dead and maybe I was possibly going to hell or something.
Right.
But like it was scary feeling. Like I just remembered that for some reason. Like I remember it was like dark and scary. That's it. Like just dark and scary.
And then when you're out, I mean, you have no control. Like you or I right now, if we're having a bad dream, you could kind of wake yourself up. But when you're out in that situation, you're
yeah. I like it was just I couldn't get over it until like I woke up and then I had no recall of it. Like I don't even remember it until like about 2 weeks after I woke up. And then I started to realize because like I still put like bits and pieces together. Like I've been trying so hard. I don't remember being by the playground, and I've been pushing myself to really try to remember every little bit and piece of it so I can try to move past it and really figure out in my head like everything, because I had red flags before I even went outside. So like I just want to know everything that happened to even understand why I went outside. You know what I mean?
Like, are you like writing it down as you're trying to remember too? To like, because you said you want to remember, piece it all together,
Yeah,
so you forget it.
Sometimes I do. Yeah.
I was gonna say, because I know I've read some stuff where like when people have to try to remember something, writing it down is the best way, because you kind of get like a flow going to where you mind hand, pen, paper, and it can just everything can come flooding back.
You might write a keyword down that you're not really recognizing from the situation, and you might come back and just one word might ignite thoughts, and you can start remembering shit. So writing it down is definitely big.
Yeah, like once I heard that voicemail, whenever I made my mom send me that voicemail.
Yeah.
It was, I made her let me hear it, and it was like I didn't know how to feel, but then like more of me laying down on that ground started to come back to me, and I started to remember more things about me laying down on the ground. Like and literally, like it was literally a pool of blood. My aunt went there a day after to find my keys and lock my apartment and everything. And the cops wouldn't let anybody dry the blood off or wipe the blood off the sidewalk or anything. And she said there was just trails of blood. And then there's just a big pool of the whole entire sidewalk was just red. I lost all of my blood. I died twice in the hospital. Like I was dead twice. I had 3 surgeries done. The middle of my stomach right here was surgeries. Whenever I first got there, they had to pack me with gauze, like cut me open and pack me with gauze to stop the bleeding. I was on fentanyl. I was on a bunch of medications because my body was going through so much trauma.
Yeah.
They couldn't get it. Like they needed the bleeding to stop. And my lung, they had no idea my lung got stabbed open. And so once they got the bleeding stopped and fixed, I think it was my ribs and diaphragm, and I think my kidney. They took me up to ICU with the staples and everything in me, and I wasn't up there for 5 minutes before they had to rush me back down because there was a clot in my lung that I started coughing up a blood clot.
Oh, wow.
So I had to go back down, and I started losing a lot of blood again, and I think that's when I started losing a lot of blood the second time. And they fixed my lung, and they just left me open, and then they figured out something with my stomach, and then that's when they fixed my stomach. They left me open after that, and then once they knew everything was like okay, they closed me back up. I wonder if there's any possible way, like, I wonder if there's, hold on, I'm gonna get a phone real quick to show you guys me on the life support ventilator, because my face was so swollen.
Wow.
Damn.
Now you said that these guys are they're facing attempted homicide.
Yeah, attempted murder and robbery.
Wow. That's a hell of a way to start life, you said the one kid was 16 or whatnot, that's a hell of a way to start life. Attempted murder.
The pictures.
Wow.
Yeah. Once is I mean the whole story, it's wild, man. I just keep picturing his lung, sticking out of his side. While you're trying to get to where you're trying to get, and there's just blood pouring out. You know what I mean? You honestly can't. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say, yeah. It's just it was just hanging out.
Wow.
That's like that would I don't know how I would react in that situation, because that's to see something that on the outside that should be on the inside. I think me personally, I would freeze into where you were just able to just push through it and go. That's just badass, dude. It's just it's amazing.
You were saying yesterday, Mike, it was probably adrenaline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wasn't feeling any of this pain.
It's that flight or flight that kicks in.
I felt the pain, but it was nothing compared to like whenever I was like on the ground, I didn't feel any pain. I was just so scared that like I really was dying. Like,
Yeah.
the cop said that it was taking me like 45 seconds to even respond to their questions.
Oh wow.
Like they would ask me a question and I would just be staring off, and then I would roll my eyes and I would be able to like mumble and answer. And the cop said that even the first responders, like they told the cop and stuff that they did not think I was gonna make it at all. Like they did not think I was gonna make it. But yeah, I was losing so much blood, and like I was cut so bad. Like I was cut. Here, I might be able to. And you see that one there? Like even that was cut open.
Oof.
Like I was losing all of my blood.
You know, that's probably a nightmare. I mean, obviously to you, but when the paramedics show up, I mean, seeing somebody in that state, that's got to be horrible. It's got to be horrifying. You know, I understand that's our job, that's our profession, but
like
you know,
I wanted them ambulances. It felt like ambulance took 20 years to get there. I felt like I was laying there for so long.
Yeah.
Apparently it only took the ambulance 5 minutes to get there.
Really? And that probably felt like an eternity, huh?
Dude, it felt so long. But I will say, shout out to Presbyterian Hospital because they saved my life and my neighbors. Both of them, if it wasn't for them, if they would have never been home, I would be dead right now.
Look, you know, just from what I'm picking up, look at all the steps along the way that is why you're still here. Like you said, I mean, what if the neighbors weren't home? What if they were taking a shower? What if, you know what I mean? A lot of times people don't answer the door. So for that to happen, for you to knock on the door.
It was at 12 at night and I was banging on the door.
Most people 12 at night have somebody banging on their door. They're not going to answer, especially right away.
Right.
You know, they're probably going to check out what's going on through the windows. But so, I mean, that happened in your favor. But, you know, I mean, at all points, all arrows point to you. You should be dead, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, big shout out to Presby. Big shout out to Noah's neighbors. I mean, I think that a string of miracles happened. You wake up now, Noah, with a different outlook on life at all, or?
Yeah, definitely. Like I can't wait to get back to work and just start working again and make money and just start doing the things like doing my dreams and stuff. Like I'm gonna make sure I live my life to the fullest. There's no way I'm not going to jail. I'm not ruining no part of my life. When I die, I'm gonna die doing something I love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna die in jail, or I'm definitely not gonna die by a knife or a gun. So I'm gonna get out of the way of all of that.
It's a fascinating story, though, from beginning to end. I mean, you know,
and my friend Julian, shout out to him too, because like his aunt and all of them, they all have been right in my corner too as soon as I got out of the hospital. But he's even said he told me whenever he thought I got out of the hospital, he was gonna be like, I thought you was gonna change completely. And he was like, he don't understand how I can get stabbed and pretty much like not really change, but like change my outlook on life, but not like change my who Noah is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that part of me didn't change, and I'm really thankful for that. Like,
and so a lot of part also, Noah, people might have came out of this with a grudge. They might come out of this more angry. They might come out of this, you know what, I got stabbed, I'm going to go do some bad shit. You know what I mean? You're instead, you're finding yourself, which is, you know, what you ultimately want.
Right.
Because like you were saying, those other life choices, they're going to lead you to either jail, getting stabbed again, getting killed. And you know what? You only get to play this game one time, you know?
Right. And I think all 9 of my lives are gone. So I'm on my last one.
What's that?
I said, I think all 9 of my lives are gone. So I think I'm on my
well, let's hope that's not the case at 19.
Right.
Hopefully you got another one in the back pocket still, but
right.
Just such an amazing story. Like I said, when I first heard it, I said, we have to have him on. I mean, there's no way that we can't. in the story did not it did not disappoint at all. This
like
is something,
I just still to this day, the only way I can describe it as is if you heat up milk in the microwave for like a baby or something or anything like that, and you ever spill it on you, you can feel the thickness of the warm milk.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It's like all over my arms and like all over my body still. It's whenever I say like I literally laid in a pool of thick blood that was like stringy, I literally laid in a pool of blood, like a pool of it. I was,
and
you could hear the blood gurgling in my lungs.
At that point, you got to be saying to yourself, I have no control. Please, just, let me be okay. Let me survive.
Right.
And that's one of the craziest feelings in the world is having zero control over your life, your existence, and just hoping that things turn out for the best. Fortunately, it worked for you. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for a lot of people, but that's got to be a good feeling to know that you made it through that, man.
Yeah. And I'm really thankful I made it through because I don't know where my family would be at right now if I didn't, because I know it destroyed my mom seeing me. I wish I don't have that picture. I wish I could show you the picture. You guys the picture.
Yeah.
But I know it destroyed my mom and my brother. It would destroy my whole family.
Unfortunately, that's the things that we don't think of. And, when something terrible happens, that's the first thing we remember is our family. And
a couple of good things that came out of it, not even gonna lie, is it brought some of my family really together. It brought some of the people that I haven't seen in a really long time together. So that's a good thing. And
absolutely.
I don't know. I don't ever want anybody to experience any of the things that I do, but there's gonna be people to experience it. And there's gonna still be people that die. I don't know. I just really want the best for everybody at this point. Like even still after I got stabbed, I really want the best for the two kids that did it.
Right.
I do. But they messed up their lives. I didn't do that.
That's what I'm saying. They put themselves in jail and ultimately they're gonna go to prison and they put themselves there. That's you did nothing wrong. You were the victim.
They found both knives. The one knife had a latex glove with it, which I'm almost positive I know which one it is. And the one with the latex glove, the one kid, the 16-year-old, I can see making it in jail. The other one, the 19-year-old, I can't see making it in jail at all. That's the mess. The 16-year-old is the one that did that whole thing and was trying to kill me. Really trying to kill me.
Jeez. Well, listen, we do want to thank you so much, Noah. Unfortunately, we are running short on time here, but listen, buddy, we want to thank you so much for coming on. I think the story it's amazing in so many different ways. We're happy to see you up and in a little over a month being back out when the hospital told you it was probably going to be quite some time while you were going to be in there. So I mean, it's great to see you out. You're walking around, you're breathing fresh air. The usual blessings. So, we are very, very, very excited to see that. And like I said, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks for coming. Hey man, best of luck to you because it sounds like you have the great attitude. Just push through this and day at a time. It'll get better.
Yeah, I definitely will. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We thank you so much, sir. Everybody, for the two Dum Yinzers, this is Mike, Ryan, and Noah. Everybody have a great 4th of July weekend. We are going to be on Monday, July 4th, so be sure to tune in 11 a.m. But everybody have a great 4th of July weekend. And again, for the